Hello, everyone. We'll start the webinar in about 1 minute just to make sure that everyone who wanted to see is able to get on the line and not miss anything. Thank you. Okay, so let's get started. Thank you, everyone, for joining the webinar, 6 Tips to Grow Your Business Without Breaking the Bank. My name is Megan Roth. I'm the Marketing Manager at Insightly CRM, and joining me is...
Hi, I'm Tessa Cohn, and I'm the Community Manager at Alignable. Just before we begin, just wanted to let you all know that we're going to be doing question and answer at the end. So if you have any questions, definitely feel free to ask us at the end. Just to start with, so Alignable is a free network where business owners can meet and use it to increase their word-of-mouth marketing and ultimately generate referrals. It's a place where local business owners, they go and they build trusted relationships with each other within their community, which ultimately increases their word of mouth. And it's a good place, too, to go and meet businesses in your community online, use it to message them, introduce yourself, and also to get other resources and information that you might need to grow your business. There's a great platform for asking questions related to growing your business, anything from marketing questions to finance questions. So a great place to get visibility if you have knowledge in that area, and also to ask those questions to get answers and the best ways to grow your business.
And I'm with Insightly CRM, so it's a customer relationship management tool. We have a small business focus. We have customers in all different types of verticals. I'll kind of talk about that a little bit in the next couple of slides, but we give you the ability to really integrate with apps you use every day, and we like to be looked at as the hub of your communications, your sales, and collaboration. So with that, let's get started. So tip number 1 on 6 tips to grow your business without breaking the bank is collect and organize your data. So you collect data in all different ways. You will probably get tons of emails, you get tons of business cards, you get spreadsheets with people that you meet or leads that you meet, and then you have your contact book. So if this is your customer relationship management, how is this scalable, being that everything is in all different tools? So maybe it's easy if you're just one person interacting with another prospect, but that's just one transaction. But there could be tons of different things that you need to do. Maybe send them an email, maybe you need to schedule appointments, and that gets even harder when you start involving other prospects and other customers. So really keeping track of all of these interactions is really hard for you to remember it all, and really the mind is for making decisions, not holding them. So what I would say, or what we talk about, the best way to organize your data is using a CRM. So if some of you on the call already have a CRM, that is great, and that's awesome. But for those of you that don't, what a CRM does, it allows you to manage your relationships, your current and future relationships. It involves technology. You can organize, automate, synchronize sales, marketing, customer service support. Pretty much, it's so everyone's on the same page in your company. And this is really important when you're scaling and making important business decisions as well, because it allows you to look at your past trends, evaluate those, and be able to make important business decisions. So also just talking about CRM really is utilized because it really helps with organization, sales, and efficiency. So recent studies show that companies with a fully utilized CRM can increase sales by 29%, and successful CRM projects generate a return of up to $5.60 for every dollar spent and up to 15% improved productivity. So these are really great statistics, but the thing is that not everyone sees these great results for a couple reasons. I think one could be that it's not implemented properly. Two, the people in your organization aren't using the system. So I think that's also really important when you're thinking about how you can grow your business. And my tip, which was collecting and organizing your data. I'll talk about some better ways that if you don't have a CRM, or if you do, and you can think about organizing it. So what we like to also think about when organizing and thinking about your data is that you should align it with your business vision. These are some questions that I put that some people think about when they're talking about their business vision. What will your business look like in 3 to 5 to 10 years? What do you want to be known for? What problems are you looking to solve? What do you want people to say? And these are just some questions that you could think about. And these are really important for you to kind of develop how you want to grow your business, your strategy. Also, it helps when you are implementing systems, how you can make sure that you're getting the information and you're collecting the information you want out of that system the best way you possibly can. And also that other people within your organization know these goals and these strategies. So to talk about collecting and organizing your data, you want to align your business vision with your CRM vision. So talking about that, why does your business need a CRM? So organizing, collecting your data, you want to think about what you want the need to be and what you want the goals to be. And this just really aligns with your goals for your business. So if your business goals are to give great customer experience and perfect customer satisfaction, what a goal would be, usually they should have more numbers, be more detailed, and have a timeline. Maybe you want to increase speed to customer delivery from 3 days to 1 day, or from 7 days to 3 days. And that means that you want to make sure you're tracking that information. So why I talk about this, if you do have a CRM or you don't have a CRM, these are just some questions that you could look at to make sure that if you do have a CRM, that you're implementing it correctly, and to really think about that you're collecting the right data. Because if you just go in there and use how the CRM is already built, you might be using it great, but you might not be seeing the full value out of it. So when you think about your goals for the CRM, you want to make sure that you talk to your staff about how they'll use the system, how they'll make sure that they're hitting their goals, what they're accountable for, that really aligns to your business vision and your CRM vision. Lastly, which I think is most important, how you assess and measure performance, making sure that what information you want to collect and the data that you're collecting in your CRM, that you're able to make sure that you're hitting those goals. So you collect them and then you're pulling reports on it. So that's what you want to do to make sure that you are hitting those goals and you're able to collect the right data, and that you can make proper business decisions from that data that you're collecting. So there's other ways besides the CRM to get data from your customers or for your prospects. Definitely ask your customers surveys or prospect surveys, because the customers that you do have are the people that bought your product or have done business with you, and so you want to know who these people are to kind of mimic that. Also, you can look into website traffic, Google Analytics. These different trends will definitely show you what's working and what's not. Blog, email subscriptions, kind of look into maybe the demographic data or the other data that people have interacted with, what content and which ones they haven't, because this will make you see a better picture of who your customers are and how you could actually put out more content that aligns to them. Also, Facebook, Twitter followers. This is also a great way for you to see who is active with you and how you could see, once again, who are your ideal customers and how you could really amplify that. So my second tip is interact with your customers. So this sounds really a given, but a lot of times there is, let me kind of pull up this statistic. 73% of small businesses have no process for re-engaging leads after initial sale. And this can definitely impact your business, because if you look at this purchase funnel cycle, it shows that though people are coming into your funnel and buying from you, that if you're able to turn those customers to make them loyal and turn them into advocates, that they now will share how their experience was with you, and in turn will get you more business by word of mouth. Because the thing is, we're living in a social world now, and the purchasing cycle has definitely changed. People want information faster, and the first thing that they're going to look at is also like reviews. So you want to make sure that you're not ignoring your customers. Word of mouth is so important, especially when you're talking about growing your business without having to spend any money. So your customers are your most important people, because not only could they be continuous buyers, but they will turn into advocates if you're making sure you're nurturing those relationships. Also talking about, making sure they'll buy from you again. User retention is so important. It's actually more important than gaining new visitors. So new customers are way more expensive and way more time consuming. But once you have someone's attention, it's way cheaper and more efficient to earn customer loyalty and build your base to replace customers that drift away. So just another statistic, increasing your retention, which meaning people who stay with you, by 20% has the same impact as a 20% increase in traffic. So that's why you should definitely not forget about your current customers. Think about how you can interact with them. Social media is a great way to interact with them, and I know that we'll touch on that a little bit later as well. So another way that you can interact with your customers is, once again, with a CRM, because it allows you to kind of track all your customer communications. But within that, I will just kind of talk about different things you can think about. So task management is one thing you can do. You can do email or call after a purchase, do automated emails, set that up maybe with MailChimp. If they didn't purchase, definitely you can offer coupons to make sure that you can kind of see what it would take to get them to purchase, or show that you have loyalty with them and that you want them to continue to repurchasing with you. And also ask them to write a review. That's so important, and you should definitely get them to write a review at the most the most important time, probably when they have the best experience with you. So maybe when they purchased a product, maybe after you did an NPS score, which NPS is a way that you could ask if they would purchase your products again. Also, another way that you can think about is interacting with customers is re-engage people who showed interest but dropped off. You can re-engage them by producing content that relates to them, and just definitely care about your customer and their business, the business that they do, the business or what you're trying to help with them and who they are, not just the sale. Even being able to be as personal as you can with them. That's why collecting data and organizing your data is so important, because you can do a more personalization. So thirdly, definitely talked about collecting data, interacting with your customers, and the third tip is track where you got the best leads and then amplify. So we talked about how you collect your data and how you can be how you can make it align with your business goals, how you can make sure that you're making sure you hit those goals and you're having those success metrics. But where do the best leads come from? And that will definitely help you think about how you can amplify and make sure you have that perfect customer. So when we're talking about collecting all your data, it gives you a picture of who your buyers are. There's definitely different exercises with buyer personas. So you could look and talk about and do exercises on who your perfect buyers are. And when you think about those people, you can ask the questions like what gets them to buy, what are the things that they're looking at to buy, and in turn just really help support them along the buyer journey. So in order to kind of figure out where your best leads come from, you should definitely be tracking this information. So usually within a CRM, people track lead source, but also what you can do is ask where they came from. So if they were referred, definitely ask that question. And if they are referred by maybe word of mouth or Yelp, be sure to amplify advertising in those areas. Also, if you're using Google Analytics, you can kind of analyze that traffic and make sure that you are spending the most money in the places where your best leads come from. And also, like I said, tracking data in a CRM is so important to think what programs are effective and what are not effective. Also, definitely know your competitors as well. It's really important to kind of be up to date on what they're doing and make sure, because a lot of times when you are talking to your leads, that they will kind of talk to you maybe a bit about what differentiates you from your competitors, and you want to make sure you're up to date on that. So when talking about amplifying your leads, it's also really important to pull reports and report on where your best leads come from, how long was the purchase cycle, how long did it take for them to purchase, did they purchase right away, how much. And the more you hone in on not who your buyers are and what time of year, just who they are, the more you will get better at selling really quickly and without having to spend any money, because you have all this information already in your database. And it could be in one of the first slides I showed, in your email and in your spreadsheets. But having it in one system is definitely going to make it easier for you to pull those reports and really see a true vision of how your business is being run. But if you're not ready to use a CRM, definitely there's information in tons of different areas that you could actually see where your best leads come from and definitely amplify that. So now I'm going to hand it over to Tessa, and she's going to talk about the last 3 tips.
Thank you. So tip number 4, get to know your community. So, all of the things about being a small business owner kind of point towards your customers for very obvious and good reason. Your customers are the people who are helping your business grow and flourish. So your customers are very important. However, another good way to grow your business without spending a lot of money is to look around you at your local business community. If you're involved in your local business community, you're giving yourself an opportunity for business to spread in a different way than just through your customers. So first, networking. Go to community events and meet other local business owners. Walk into their stores and introduce yourself. Connect with them on LinkedIn and platforms like Alignable. Those are the ways that you're going to be able to set yourself up for success within your local business community. If you are not known throughout your local business community, you're missing out on potential word of mouth. Having a large network of people around you, who are also local business owners, they know the challenges that you're facing, and if you have a relationship with them, you can count on them to start spreading the word as well. If say you are a pizza shop owner and you have a relationship with the spa owner down the street, and maybe then the spa owner is going to recommend the pizza place as a place for their customers to go get lunch after their spa services. So having those relationships within your community is really important. So the way I kind of look at it is, building your network is important, because having a big network is not only some good moral support, but also will ultimately lead to word of mouth. And then, of course, word of mouth brings in referrals. So it's kind of like a really good cycle. By reaching out and introducing yourself to the local business community, ultimately you're setting yourself up to bring in some referrals. And you're looking at a very cheap, if not free, way to use your local business community to get those referrals in the door. So then tip 5, partner marketing. So of course, networking, like I just talked about, is important in so many ways. Like I mentioned, it's good for just moral support and having people who know what you're going through and the challenges that you're facing. And so then using those networking opportunities, finding partners. What can those partners do for you, and what can you do for them? So being a partner doesn't mean that you need to find a business who does the same thing as you. You just need to find somebody whose goals are similar to yours. So like I said, walking into somebody's business or just reaching out online and introducing yourself, attending meetups, going to networking events, hosting events. Those are all ways that you can network in order to meet other business owners who you can then find ways to partner with. Once you have established some sort of partnership, it's figuring out what do you want to do with that partnership. Co-promotions are a really great way to, find value in both for both people in that partnership. Are you a nail salon owner? If you're a nail salon owner, think about who your customers are. A lot of them probably are, mothers. So what other business owners are targeting mothers? Is it the tennis school down the street? Is it the daycare down the street? So that's one way to look at it, is find a partner who's sharing similar goals, similar targets, and finding a way to work together in order to promote each other. Also, like I mentioned, going to networking events, that's a really good way to use that opportunity to start meeting people. One thing, though, to keep in mind is at networking events, they're a little bit awkward, and I understand that, and sometimes it's hard to just walk in and walk up to someone you don't know and introduce yourself. So making sure that you're having the right conversations at those events. And one thing I just want to briefly bring up, Alignable has a card game called Spark. It's a completely free game, and what it is just a tool to use if you're the host of a networking event, or if you're just an attendee and you happen to have a good connection to the event. Using this card game to break the ice and have some discussions about more relatable things with other business owners. So essentially the deck is broken up into icebreaker cards and discussion cards, and the icebreaker cards are meant to break people up into small groups. The discussion cards are then to facilitate discussions in order to meet some like-minded people. So, like I said, that's completely free, and if you're interested in getting a game for your networking events, feel free to email me. It's just tessa@alignable.com. So that's a nice way to use networking events to make sure that you're meeting the right people. And then lastly, establishing trust. You're not going to get anywhere in your local business community if you're not a trusted business. Being a trusted business is, the way to bring in referrals ultimately. So starting with creating an online profile, whether it's, honestly, I think it should be across multiple different channels. Facebook, you should have a Facebook profile, Twitter, LinkedIn, Alignable, having all of those having that visibility for your consumers and for other local business owners to get to know you and see you is a good way to start building trust within your community. Secondly, getting recommended. Do you have customers who would recommend you? Do you have other local business owners who would recommend you? Making sure that your recommendations have a place to live. Get those recommendations on TripAdvisor and Yelp and Facebook. One thing on Alignable that you can do is you can have other local business owners recommend you, which is helpful because those show up right on your online profile. But just having those recommendations, of course, add to the idea of being a trusted business. And then the third way that I would recommend being known as a trusted business in your community is getting involved in thought leadership. That means going back to my first point, fourth tip of this presentation, getting involved in the community, helping people where they need help. Are you a marketing expert? Finding the people who have questions about marketing for their business, entering online forums and answering people's questions, just getting involved in that community of where you can answer questions that people have. You're going to start to look like a thought leader and the expert in your field, which is going to increase your visibility, increase the trust that surrounds your business, and ultimately bring you referrals. So if trust equals referrals, then of course you want to do everything that you can in order to be known as a trusted business within your community, both physically in person and online as well. That's it. So I don't know if you have anything else you want to add, Megan, before we open it up for Q&A.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much, Tessa. That was such great information, and I definitely agree with the creating trust it's really important when people are, like I said, like looking up who your business is. Everyone is online right now. So I think that's the first thing you do when you're looking for a recommendation. You can ask your friends, but definitely looking online. So establishing trust with people, making sure that you're a trusted brand in general, that you don't look like someone who people are going to give their business to, and then all of a sudden, you know, you disappear with their money, and then you're like, what happened? So it's definitely, I think establishing trust can be in so many different ways with people around you, online presence, and I think that it's really important, and not a lot of people do that, just giving your business more of a personality instead of just, you know, a name, a logo. You want to be someone people can trust and that you care about doing business with them, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so actually this webinar did not go to an hour, which is so great because I got you back some time. But I would like to open up to Q&A to make sure that if anyone had any questions, I did get a couple questions about will this webinar be recorded? And yes, the webinar is recorded. And someone asked a bit about the slides. I did not plan out sending the slides, but let me know. You can email me if you'd like, and I'd be happy to send you the slides. But the webinar is recorded. It will be on the Insightly Bright Talk channel, or we will email you after Insightly, Megan and Tessa from Alignable, and we will send you the recording as well, so you can access this whenever you'd like. But I would now like to open this up to Q&A if anyone had any questions. Okay, so I actually got a question right now about price. How much is Insightly and Alignable? So that's a great question. So Insightly actually does have a free plan. So anyone who does want to use Insightly and you're under 2 users and you're just getting started, feel free to use it for free. We have a forever free. We have a 14-day trial as well for some of our paid, more premium plans. And Tess, you want to take Alignable?
Yeah, Alignable is free. That's pretty much the short answer. We don't charge on Alignable, so it's free to join, and you are automatically placed into your local community based on where your business address is, and your connections will be all within 5 miles from your business.
That's awesome. Another question that came in: how long would you say it takes to move a CRM from using spreadsheets to store contact lead info? That's a great question, and it should take minutes. So what you should do with your spreadsheets, usually whenever you export data in general, the way a spreadsheet should look in order to make sure data moves properly is all your column headers should be the different fields, and all the rows should be the different items or like a contact. So to make sure that the spreadsheet's set up that way, if you need to add any custom fields, so if there's anything, like I said, you're trying to track that will really help related to your business and make sure you're hitting your business goals, you want to create a custom field for that. With Insightly, even on our free account, you can create custom fields for leads, contacts, sales, projects. So just make sure that any of your legacy data you're looking to track or anything moving forward that you're looking to collect is there before you import. And like I said, it should take minutes. And also, another thing I was saying, exporting data, usually when you export your data from anything, it should look that way too. So just export, import, CSV or Excel. We got another question. After you convert a lead, does the person become a contact, a project, or an opportunity? Oh, that's a great question as well. So when you convert a lead in Insightly, the way we do it is we look at a lead as someone you do not know, has no relationship with you. So it could have been a referral by one of your current customers. You could have had met them at a trade show, or they could have attended a webinar and maybe don't really know who you are, or have not really, you've never interacted with them before. So once you try to nurture that lead and they say that they want to do business with you, or they'd be interested in doing business with you, that's when you convert it. And then that lead becomes a contact because now you have a relationship with them. And then it creates an opportunity, because an opportunity we look at as like an opportunity to sell, an opportunity to get money to your organization. So it creates an opportunity, not a project. We also have project management within Insightly. You could have a project created after and link it, but it doesn't create a project automatically. That would be something that you could convert an opportunity after the sale closes to a project, but or you can create the project and link them together, like I said, but it won't do it when you convert. So I had another question about Alignable, about being able to, sorry, I'm just trying to read it. It says something about being able to review your different businesses. Like, how are you able to do that? How does that work within Alignable? Do you, because you sign in as your business, or do you sign in as you?
Yeah, so on Alignable, we don't have personal profiles. Essentially, when you sign up, you get a profile page. That's a profile page for your business. And on your profile page, you have, it's set up with a banner image, a logo of your business, an opportunity to write a description about your business. You right alongside is where the recommendations would show up. So if you have other businesses recommend you, the recommendations will show up right on your profile page. There's an opportunity to add photos into a gallery. So if you are a B2C business selling something physical, you can add photos of your items. And you can also add any sort of promotions or events to your profile. The nice thing too is that instead of just being able to see your profile if you're logged into Alignable, there's one profile view where you have to be logged in order to see it. But we also have a consumer profile version, which is optimized for SEO. So the consumer profile is a link that can be shared to anybody, and anybody can see the consumer profile, which is kind of set up in a cool way. It looks a little bit like a town newspaper. And like I said, that's optimized in SEO, so if somebody searches your business name on Google, there's a good possibility that it will show up. And again, the nice thing is if you have some recommendations from other businesses on your profile, that will show up there as well. So you have the opportunity for consumers to see those recommendations.
Awesome. We got another question. Is data encrypted on the Insightly database? Also, do you have backups? You really enjoy getting to know Insightly and using it for opportunities. Okay, great, thanks. I'm glad you're using Insightly. So, love to hear that. So yes, our data is encrypted. We have a backup database. We are fully compliant. We just got SOC 2 compliant, which is a compliance based on data security and encryption. We just actually got that compliance certified about a month ago, and we're going to have a press release come out about it. So that really means that currently Insightly is at the highest encryption, in the sense that we have the highest standard of like backup and being able to make sure that your data is safe and secure. So yes. Another question just came in. What's the best way to separate social contact leads from actual sales leads within Insightly? For example, bloggers or magazines with interest versus prospective retailers. So there's different ways you can categorize your data in Insightly. So there's one way is you can use tags. A contact can have multiple tags. So you can have a tag for retailer, blogger, from California. However you want to tag, and you would tag it because you want to filter really easily. That's a way you can use tags. Another thing that you can do within Insightly that would relate to you can create categories, but not with contacts. But I just wanted to say you can. Another way that you would categorize your contacts would be custom fields. If you wanted to create a drop down and custom fields based on what kind of contact they are, I think tag would be the best way. Within opportunities, though, you can categorize opportunities, and categories are like big and color coded, so you can see them and they stand out. So that's something that maybe you'd want to do for specifically if you're selling to, it's a different type of sale. There's also tons of different things in Insightly you can do to customize and make sure that you're dealing with the correct lead and the correct prospect properly. So that's something that you can do within Insightly. So it looks like we don't have any more questions coming in. I'll stay on for another 1 minute just to see if anyone else has any other questions. But if not, let me just kind of go to the thank you page quickly. I just wanted to thank everyone for taking time out of your day to learn about 6 tips to grow your business without breaking the bank. There are tons of ways to do this, but definitely I think the most that we got out of this is definitely, be involved with your community, be involved with your customers, make sure you're tracking data correctly, and do stuff with that data. So my name is Megan. You could reach me, Megan at Insightly.com if you have any questions. At Insightly app is our Twitter handle, and we are constantly promoting different webinars we have and different things. And I'll let Tessa kind of talk about her stuff.
Yep, my name is Tessa, and I am with community manager at Alignable. You can reach me at tessa@alignable.com, or you can find us on Twitter at @Alignable. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. And also, if you're interested in getting a Spark game sent to you for free, just shoot me an email and I'll get one out to you.
That sounds really awesome. I actually want a Spark game, so I'm going to ask for one.
Definitely.
Great. So thank you, everyone, for attending the webinar. I'll end it right here, and we'll be sending you an email soon with the recording and more information how you could get involved with Alignable and Insightly. Thank you.
Thanks.